What's up, guys? It's James here from Smoking UK, where we review, communicate, and educate all things tobacco. Today, we're talking about 4 myths about cigars that I can't believe some people actually believe. So let's run the intro. Let's jump into it. Number one, and it's a really common one, and you've probably heard it somewhere, and you've probably, out of all the myths, it's probably the most spoken about, but it is the darker the wrapper, stronger the cigar. Now, in some cases, this is true. Sometimes you do have Maduros, which are a lot stronger and a lot full-bodied, but it doesn't necessarily mean every single cigar that is dark is strong and full-bodied and is gonna basically knock your socks off. Great example of this is the Tabernacle from Foundation Cigars. Hands down, probably one of the darkest cigars that we have in one of our working humidors. And when I first got it, I was a little bit intimidated, and it took me a while to actually light that cigar up. But it turns out it's a really smooth, it's a really medium bodied, and it's a really pleasant stick. Don't get me wrong, it is a New World cigar, and it does have some of those characteristics which you get with New World cigars. It was a little bit spicy, it did have a little bit of cedar, but when you look at how dark this particular cigar is, it looks like it should kill you. But it wasn't. It was really mild, it was really smooth, it was really pleasant. And once I got past that first initial light up, which we talk about in all of our videos, the first initial light up is always going to be that little bit more spicy, a little bit more full on, because of the construction of the leaves in the filler. Once you got past that, it was really mild, and it was beautiful, and it was full of flavor, a lot of creamy notes, nice dark chocolate, cocoa, and it was lovely. So if we're talking about whether it's a myth or a truth, kind of on the fence and a little bit in the middle, because some cigars that are dark are really strong, and EP Carrillo, the Pledge, is a great example. That is the only cigar on the UK market that has made me sick. We are going back a few years, and there is a video, and it will come out one day. That is quite a stronger cigar, and it is quite dark, but like I just said with the Tabernacle, and again, if you're looking at Foundation Cigars again, the Chartered Oak, that looks quite dark, but it's always a cigar I recommend to new cigar smokers because it is really smooth, it is quite mild, it's full of flavour. So is it a myth, is it a truth? I'm gonna balance on the fence in the middle, somewhere between that, because it is true, but it is a bit of a myth at the same time. I'll let you decide in the comments. Number 2, the whiter the ash, the more premium the tobacco. Now, we have talked about this in some of our videos in the past, and I spoke about this in great detail with Nick Perdomo when we was visiting Nicaragua at the Perdomo factory in the fields. It doesn't necessarily mean it is a premium tobacco. What it means is the soil that it was grown in was more premium, it was more well looked after. It basically means there was more of a certain nutritional value within that soil, whether it was magnesium, nitrogen, potassium. That's what it means. It basically shows you, and it tells you a history of where that tobacco leaf comes from and the environment that it was grown in before you even look into the particular cigar. Now, I've smoked cheaper cigars that have a really crystal white head of ash, and it hasn't been the greatest cigar in the world. And then again, vice versa, I've smoked a cigar that has a really dark black and grey head of ash, and it's been an absolutely phenomenal cigar. So it doesn't necessarily mean the tobacco leaf that's in that cigar is of a higher quality compared to others. It just means that farmer put in a certain kind of nutrients into the soil before the plant even touched the ground. And you will find it in the more premium side of cigars. The farmer cares a lot about the soil before the plant touches the ground, so it can be a good indicator that you're dealing with a brand and you're dealing with a particular farmer that cared so much about his products that he cared for the soil before the plant touched the ground. But it doesn't necessarily mean that the tobacco is premium. So does a white head of ash mean premium? For me, I'm going to say that's a myth. Number 3, and I've actually seen a lot of people do this, is that you have to lick the entire cigar before you even light it up. Oh God, please don't do this in front of me. Now, I know where this particular trait and this habit comes from. It's a very old thing to do, and I mean old thing to do. Back before we had proper humidors, we had proper humidification systems, before we knew where to keep the humidor in our rooms, it was very much as cigars were kept in a box on a table, and those cigars would sometimes become dry. So you take it out and you would give it a little bit of a lick or wipe it down with a bit of water. I've even seen people run a cigar under the tap. Yeah, don't even go there with me. I can feel myself, like the anger raising in me talking about this. The tip of the cigar when you're about to cut the cap. Yes, if you're using your own cigar cutter, please do not go and lick the whole cap of your cigar before cutting it with somebody else's cutter. If you're using your own, sure, knock yourself out. I do that. I find it gives you a better, cleaner cut. If the cigar is slightly drier, it's going to hold that cap on a little bit more while you're taking the back end off. That I can understand. But I've seen people put the whole thing into their mouth and, you lick like this. It's not good. With the systems we have in place at the moment, with humidors, with Boveda pack, boost pack, whatever you use, distilled water, whatever it is, there should be absolutely no need for you to gob all over your cigar before you light it up. So, do you have to lick your cigar before you light it? That's a myth. That is a big myth, and just don't do it. Don't do it. There's absolutely no need to do it. Number 4, finally, this might kick up a bit of a debate in the comments, but Cuban cigars are better than New World cigars. Yeah, if anyone was going to bring it up, it's going to be me, and it's going to be us here at Smoking. Is this a myth or is this fact? This is obviously a personal preference, but for me, it is a complete and utter myth. There's some absolutely phenomenal New World cigars on the market. And if someone turned around to me and went, I can either give you this Cuban or I can go into the New World Humidor, I'm going to go for the New World Humidor. In recent years, it's quite a common fact and it's quite well known that the Cuban quality these days, especially in the UK market, isn't exactly what it used to be. The one thing that I love about New World cigars is literally the complexity and the possibilities of what you can do with them are endless. The problem I find with Cuban cigars is they are always 100% made of Cuban tobacco, which is nothing wrong. I'm not slating Cuban cigars. I absolutely love Cuban cigars and I love Cuban tobacco as well. But the fact is, on the New World side, is we can take some from Honduras, we can take some from the Dominican Republic, we can take some from Connecticut, we can take some from Brazil, Indonesia, Nicaragua, wherever we want, Mexico. We could take all this and come up with a blend that is stunning. And that's what I love. And I personally hate the whole New World cigar, Cuban cigar. A cigar is a cigar. It shouldn't matter where it comes from. And I don't really like the whole term, really. Of course, this whole topic is down to personal preference. There are certain people out there that only smoke Cuban cigars. There are people out there who only smoke Nicaraguan cigars. There are people out there who only smoke Dominican cigars. And that's fine. Your personal preference is your personal preference. It is your choice. It is your opinion. But would I say Cuban cigars make the best cigars? Personally, for me, that's an absolute myth. It's an absolute load of rubbish. And with the capabilities and the amazing things that some of these brands are doing, especially some of these little boutique brands are doing, I think now in 2024 we can't really say that's true. If we were going to go back 20-30 odd years, yeah, Cuban cigars probably were the best cigars. But with the modern technology and the way that we're doing things now, and I've been to Nicaragua and I've seen some of the amazing and innovative ways that these brands are taking to the fields and the brands are taking to the whole process of getting to the final product of the cigar from seed to smoke, I don't think we can say that a single origin of tobacco makes the best cigar. We can all have our personal preference. You know, if you've watched our videos before, firstly for me, Nicaragua make the best tobacco on the planet. That's my personal preference. And that's not necessarily that they do. It just means I personally prefer it. So, no, I think in 2024, I think that's a myth. And again, it's going to be one of them on the fence. If you like Cuban cigars, you're going to say Cubans are the best. If you are more of a New World smoker, you're going to say New Worlds are the best. But we'll let you battle that out in the comments. So let us know. Are you more of a, with using the terminology, are you more of a Cuban smoker or are you more of a New World smoker? And don't just say yes. Tell us why. Why do you think Cuban make the best cigars? Why do you think Dominican make the best cigars? Why do you think Connect make the best cigars? And let us know in the comments below. It'd be really great to know what your opinions are. So that's it for us today, guys. It's a quick, short, simple one. There's 4 myths that some people actually believe about cigars. This is going to be a part 1. We're going to run this because there are so many myths about cigars that people actually believe in that we would be sat here for hours filming this video if we were going to go through all of them. So this is episode 1, part 1, whatever you want to call it. If you want to see part 2, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Make sure you enable your notifications. You never miss out on any pieces of our content. Then, of course, we post on Fridays at 7 o'clock with all our cigar-related content, whether that's reviews, how-tos, interviews, all the ooze. You'll get it here on a Friday at 7 o'clock. And, of course, we have Pipe Tobacco Tuesdays, where we review some of the best pipe tobaccos, pipes, and guide you through your pipe smoking experience from all over the world. Again, posting it on Tuesday at 7 o'clock. Make sure you follow us on social media. We post every single day over there, from events, giveaways, industry insights, clearance, promotion, cigars, pipes, snuffs, roll your own, you name it, we've got it. And you're going to expand your tobacco knowledge literally by following us over there. So I'll leave a link in the description below. Thank you for coming again on this bit of a funny one, to be honest, episode here on smoking. I've been James. Welcome to the new era of smoking, and I'll see you in the next episode. Catch you later, guys.